very lucky, camping 3 heroes top constantly.
As for FATA now, looks like
Glimpse back bottom. They've gone in on crit.
Make a move here, but it's close to the tower. Crit turns it with a quick stop. MATUMBAM has the time lapse. May need to commit it. No, he wants to go in. The Sunray coming through will drive them away. It's a 3-hero rotation though, for very little ventured by Liquid. And that frees up the other lanes where Lone Druid starts to work on the tower mid. We do see the Slardar getting some farming experience up towards the top.
And again, there's a response to TA TP's bottom because of the glimpse, and then instantly someone's there to TP mid to protect the tower from FATA's pressure. So, nice bit of play coming out from both teams. Very reactive game from both teams. It's not really been a passive game by any means. Both teams are looking for kills. It's just the defensive play coming out from the supports and offlanes has just been on point.
Do you feel it favors either team? It's even numerically. Does that give either team an edge?
Neither team has a draft built around the early game. Yes, Enchantress, you want to find those successful rotations, but you look at the big picture with Liquid's draft, with Slardar, Lone Druid, and Weaver, your timings come around the Radiance, most importantly, of the Lone Druid. The Slardar Blink Dagger is another big timing. The Enchantress early game ganks are purely to try and speed up those timings. If you're unsuccessful, those timings still exist, they just come a couple minutes later. So I think for Liquid, they're going to hit their stride in the mid game. For OG, it's a similar thing, but it's less about the items and more about the levels. Hitting level 6 on Phoenix, having the Batrider later on. I want to say this might be going to... I'm curious to see what build he goes for. It looks like Moon may just be going straight into some kind of a drum build. He likes to go for this tanky, disruptive, kind of space-creating Batrider. Doesn't even really prioritize the lasso that much, but for OG, they want to kind of play the farming game right now.
Yeah, as he called it, the Bone 7 build, so... Still here in spirit as they stun KuroKy top. They're going to use the Sunray to bring that Enchantress low. Not sure if they're going to have enough damage to get the kill, but it revs up. It drops him almost immediately. Bambi could be dinner. Notail is looking for the stun. Good jukes by KuroKy for now. There's action in the mid lane while this is all happening. He pops to the trees. He heads away. Finally, they will finish him off, but that came at the cost of a TA. Overall, certainly a big win here for Team Liquid, and they transition immediately into a push. Gods. Crit trying to slow this down. The mind control able to amp him and drive him back. Getting good chip damage out in this tower.
And he couldn't even go for the Echo Stomp to delay the push because of Mind Control's positioning. So this tier 1 mid suddenly completely exposed.
And Liquid, their customary aggressive invasion has begun. Phased Boots Weaver. Definitely goes well with the double attack, as they will dive crit, and the minus armor from Slardar, very significant. He does get off a stomp though, the Sunray.
Hold the tower.
Not gonna use that extra bit of damage. They allow MATUMBAM to time lapse out. I think worried that Mind Control would turn back and kill the Phoenix, but they might have been able to commit there for a Weaver kill. Would have been very close, as Moon gets pursued by the bear here. Miracle's gonna work on it. Savage Roar allows the retreat. Liquid to grab the tower.
The beauty of the Echo Stomp is that if you're under a tower, that tower does not wake you up, and that almost punishes the Weaver, who was very, very low in HP there.
Especially going for the phase boots, you're just a little bit squishier than a few of the power treads.
Very cost-effective damage, the 24 damage you get from this item, but something that he does have to be wary of as Liquid make their next rotation towards top. JerAx's Disruptor has been kind of the initiator that's all of Liquid's kills so far, and looking to do more to continue and get involved.
Moon and Notail sticking together for now, as OG streaming towards the bottom lane, drawing a line. It looks like it's almost behind the Weaver. Let's see where they look to go. The Spirit's going to do a bit of scouting. They're just holding the tower for the time being, and Liquid also moving in. They're sweeping around from the rear. Neither team that close to finding a kill just yet.
Yeah. Notail going aggressive.
Change, though.
This is something that can get punished.
Yeah, he has already skilled up the ultimate, but even just putting that level 1 Wraith on cooldown is a big deal. 260 seconds. Notail won't have the extra life, and just like that, it's gone. Can OG pawn it? Flame breaks there, pushes them back into an Echo Stop. Good setup on Mind Control. Can OG find the follow-up? They roast him. Courtesy of the Phoenix, again doing work, but it's the bugs that are forcing Fly back. That minus armor really does add up, and as a Static Storm is committed, catching up Moon. Miracle TP's into it too, but they're a bit too low. They have to disengage. They slow down the bear. They're looking to bring it down as well. And they will succeed. And Miracle pursuing a bit farther with the double damage route. Can they find more? Looks like he will be glimpsed back. So the chase is over. MATUMBAM though, lurking in the trees. Sentry gets dropped. They will be forced to fly. Well, even if Liquid smoke breaks, will they be quick enough? It's going to be very tough to get that vision in time.
No refraction up, but unless to actually reliably lock him down, and that's not something you can even rely on if you don't have detection for the Shikuchi.
In good news for OG, Desolator is coming soon. Maybe not the best against Alone. Do you feel either team's getting an edge out of this lack of kills, the lack of big objectives going down?
For the most part, Liquid are. They're the ones who are pushing out on the map. OG can't take Roshan despite having the TA Wraith King. It's Liquid who are really pressing the issue more, not taking objectives quite yet, but they're in a position where all it's going to take is one pick off and they're in the Roche pit, or they're taking a tier 2 tower. And their draft is so unforgiving for OG. If you make that mistake and lose a core hero, even if you lose just someone like an ET, that could be enough to secure yourselves Roshan on the side of Liquid.
OG are in the neighborhood as well. Liquid leading with MATUMBAM, sending now a creep even farther forward, going for a deep scout. But the heroes are backing off fights.
He's got this defusal. His job really needs to be to try and find and kill that egg, but
tough with how patient Fly is holding it.
He almost is in a good position to scout that smoke rotation, but he's the ideal person to do so because there is a lack of control.
Oh, he's gonna break it. They could initially Yules and then Lasso follow up and go on him. Instead they turn on KuroKy and they bring him down instantly. The Enchantress a total on factor. Now the Savage Roar used as OG will be forced to disengage by the Spirit Bear. But they just keep on finding pickups here in the mid-game, and this is a bigger one. Godzi threw out the Flame Break rather early, trying to drag him back towards the team, goes for the TP out. Will they break? Can get there in time? No, they couldn't get the lasso. The Bat couldn't make it either. They even had the Wraith King and the Elder Titan closing in, but it just wasn't fast enough.
Moon's going to have nightmares about that entangle. He just needed to get there, get in range for the lasso, but I thought FATA was like, okay, I'm going to TP and Savage Roar, but Savage Roar was on cooldown.
Liquid looking to ambush OG. They actually smoked wall down their Enchantress and are looking for a play on the mid lane. Elder Titan out a bit far. They could potentially glimpse him back. Can they get that vision? You betcha! JerAx reels him in. Hello, crit, and goodbye, sir. So JerAx, he's been quiet on the Disruptor the past few games, but finally gets them what could be a very big kill.
That's your big high ground defender too, taken out of the picture.
Between that and the Sunray, you're not pushing in easily. But
and having ET dead really takes away a lot of Phoenix's teamfight presence because you don't have the Echo Stomp to protect your Supernova. But even so, Liquid very hesitant to just push up into the high ground.
You know, could even potentially have a buyback on the Elder Titan and get completely caught out.
So they'll play it slow and steady.
And now OG smoking again. They've been chewing through these as of late, and good positioning here by Kuro. He might reveal this. No, the lasso gets him. They still managed to catch him out. Oh, you poor, unfortunate soul. Down again. He at least prevents a core from dropping.
Poor Bambi.
I mean, better Kuro than a carry, I suppose, but yeah. Enchantress is supposed to be an impact hero at this stage of the game, gods.
At this stage, Kuro has not had the success in the early game we hoped for, and even in the mid game has been very focused on his own farm and yet to really come into form as far as being able to offer much in these team fights. But Liquid still in a decent position as far as having farm on their two big core heroes. The Slardar at least has the mobility items, but it's OG who are not just got momentum in terms of this game, but the series as a whole after taking Game 2 and Game 3.
OG still staying in striking distance when it comes to farm here. It's a little more spread out on them. For Liquid, a little more concentrated in the hands of the Elite 2. Mind control. Oh, he blinks it in. He wants that rune. He is going to get stunned. He made it pay for this. The Bear trying to zone them back a bit. A good flame break by Moon. The follow-up is there. They get the kill. Forced to buy back immediately. Then the purge on the Moon. Can they kill him on the way out? He's the gem bear. That would be a bigger one. OG scrambling the retreat. They want to get out quickly. Get no kill. He'll engage forward for Miracle there with the BKB. Playing into the bear. They've got the extra life here still in the Wraith team, but Miracle's going to have to abandon no kill as soon as he gets rooted once. The stomp comes through. Our Splitter as well. He blinks to the north. He does manage to escape in between the intervals of the Radiance damage. And he makes it out, so it ends.
Hover around the Roche pit now that it's respawned.
And he is up. The big rock has re-entered the space, and they're going to immediately jump in. No-Tail starts it off straight into Kuro. Why must it always be Kuro? But somehow it is. Another crit. Just battering his former teammate. No mercy from Big Daddy. And meanwhile, cleaning up heroes in the rear. They are going to get a kill, but Miracle pays the price. He gets JerAx. He gives away his life to FATA. Not worth it whatsoever unless he can also get MATUMBAM. And No-Tail slashes him down, and egg to celebrate. That wasn't needed for the kill. A 3-for-1 overall. A big win for OG. Although it looked a little scary there with the death on Miracle early in the fight.
No-Tail's still hunting for more, knowing that he can play hyper-aggressive with Reincarnation up and only 2 heroes to worry about. This should be enough to set up Roshan for OG.
And it looks like an MKB coming for him, Gods, and a lot of where Liquid have been able to deal with him is evasion, but you're not going to have that Radiance mischance any longer once this MKB is complete.
This is just like a...
I mean, I say that, maybe he'll get a Wraith here.
A more aggressive option than the BKB. I really like it from him because just having the damage to kill off the Spirit Bear, to burst down these heroes is what OG needs.
Yeah, speaking of which, Savage Roar there, but still they lay into it, and they're going to kill it off. It's... Let's see, does he have the respawn available? Yeah, immediately.
For his team.
Looking for Kuro. Oh, not again. Not again. Again. Says Miracle. Rough game for the Enchantress. He's been so good for the team all tournament long, but 0-6 here for Kuro. Didn't really win the lanes that hard early. Hasn't managed to have impact in team fights. Continues to give gold away. And now Mind Control is in a bit of danger. They're pursuing him. The Wraith get him No-Tail in position. They can get off the stun. The follow-up lasso is there. OG closing on another big kill. They actually drag him too far away. No-Tail's like, let me hit him. Damn it. Okay, there you go. Gets the head off. Now starts the bear. And they chase for a bit more. Flanking from behind is the Elder Titan. Drops the Spirit, killing off the Spirit Bear, still quite nice, and they're going to use it. Again, catching it out, again stomping it down.
Crit's been so good at finding those catches. It's about to get the return off. He forces in with a Yules. Great catch on the bear means if they want to push high ground, there's only one Spirit Bear to break through.
Now No-Tail grabs a Basher. It doesn't feel like anyone can man fight this Wraith King. And he's sitting on extra lives as well. The lasso will be up in 20 seconds, and OG are starting to close in on a game 4 win here. It would put the series at 3-1, and they would be the first team ever to win 2 Valve events, to win 2 majors. They're close.
They're getting so close, LD. All it's going to take is one successful high ground push.
One last defense by Liquid. Can they hold the door? Can they hold the line? The racks are falling. They're not moving in fast enough. They're going to give this melee up, and then Miracle says, see you later. So 3 melee has been grabbed.
They're trying to stall for that Aegis to expire. Still a minute left on it, although it doesn't look like OG is going to be able to take another high ground push necessarily, although I'm sure they're quite happy to take a team fight. No-Tail is in such good fighting shape.
Liquid are on the brink. Such a good run from the lower bracket, but the perhaps the true lower bracket kings here, OG, looking to crush them down the stretch. They've taken the 1 lane. They'll lose their Aegis soon, but that also opens up a slot for Miracle, who's got 5,600 gold now. So another big item could be his for the taking.
Yeah, money is not a problem, and then you put a Daedalus on this guy. Kuro's getting taken out even faster in these team fights.
Yeah, maybe even an MKB. We'll see what the grab is.
And Liquid just, they can't get any damage or value out of the Enchantress in these late game fights. Disruptor's also just getting instantly demolished as well by the blink initiation of OG. So these 2 heroes, on top of that Slardar, still no BKB, means he doesn't have that defensive tool to help deal with the AoE damage coming out from OG's draft, as well as just annoying things like Firefly, Flame Breaks, Sunray.
And they're just not really farming that much here, Gods. It's starting to become a big issue. What was once a completely even game up through nearly the 30-minute mark is now expanded into a 14,000 gold advantage for OG with big items reflected there. And there's the MKB together with a double damage rune. Miracle hitting for incredible amounts at this point. And a Shiva's likely coming soon. Not that I'm sure they need it. You can see the difference here. Thoroughly reflected in the supports.
OG still looking very calm in their booths, and they have got to feel that this game is just going to come down to some clean execution, but Liquid...
That's where Liquid has made their comebacks. We saw it against Newbie. Can they pull it off here? They're going to start it off on the Wraith team, perhaps. They're moving towards him, but he rejoins his team. They'll catch him out as TA blinks away, so Noto slightly left alone. He gets glimpsed.
Base in case the Spirit Bear goes out of position.
Well, they lead with the Spirit Bear. Quickly recalled. They're going to wrap around instead. They did scout out Miracle there just for a moment.
That's a pesky walk.
And Kuro again. Why is it always Kuro? Down on the low ground. The trap comes out. They're going to glimpse Noto back right away. He will retreat. Miracle also retreating. OG not feeling like that's the ideal fight. They get the scan off. They know. Liquid are all there. And the Spirit is giving vision. They're moving forward. Miracle's tracking down targets. It is Kuro. The stomp is barely... Oh, actually, does clip Kuro as the 4-step get through. They manage to lock gun. No number now, but it's just a few swipes from those side blades to bring him down. And the chase goes further. On to JerAx, MATUMBAM running around under BKB, but not killing anyone. Miracle's killing everyone. 2 have fallen already. MATUMBAM hasn't had the effect they needed. Any time lapses there. And looks to chase for more, but the egg comes out. Crit able to go Scepter, walk away. The additional harm on these supports, keeping them alive. Not so lucky for the side of Liquid, and now Moon to the top. The lasso comes through. Mon Meander would be proud as they lock down MATUMBAM. They're closing in. Liquid, no buybacks.
They're in so much trouble here. They've still got 2 Spirit Bears to fight around. He hasn't even used the BKB yet, but there's been no opportunity to use it. OG are just picking them apart using this blink initiation.
The green dream is materializing here on the big stage in Manila. The racks are falling, even if they kill No Tail once, they gotta do it again, and he's not dead yet. Miracle going up to a mega kill. The bear about to drop will pop the BKB, but then they beat down Fata. Then he goes Scepter deployed defensively. The bear will fall. The hero's next. OG are doing it. Liquid. They can't withstand the punishment. OG are the Manila Major Champions. Second time, the first ever team to repeat.
Well, Moon can be happy. They're now a 2-patch team, LD. OG, incredible performance from start to finish. Never even dropping down to the lower bracket.